Hey there, cruising crew, and welcome to the channel. I'm Alexis, and are you ready to dock like a pro? It's disembarkation day, and I'm here to drop some sizzling tips to make sure your cruise ship exit is smoother than a sunny deck party. Buckle up, grab your sunglasses, hit that subscribe button, and let's just get into it. So my first tip is actually a tip that I think most first-time cruisers don't even know about, and I can't remember the last time that I did not do this tip. Now, this is the self-assist option on disembarkation day. So before disembarkation, the day before or night before, in your room, your stateroom attendant leaves you luggage tags with a certain number and a certain color. Now what you do is you pack up your suitcases, put that luggage tag on your suitcase, leave your suitcase outside your door. Middle of the night, they grab your suitcase, and then on disembarkation, you can get off the ship depending on what number is called, and then you then go down to the port and you can find your luggage where the number and the color is. Most cruisers do this. However, I just think that being able to do the self-assist option, which means basically keeping your suitcase with you and then carrying it off by yourself. So I can see where this might be a hassle for people like elderly people who can't carry their luggage, or people with big families and just a lot of luggage where they can't do that. However, I do think that it is more of a trend to do the self-assist. I think that more and more people are catching on that it's just easier. So let me tell you a few reasons why I suggest the self-assist option. So I like the self-assist option because instead of packing everything that you have into your suitcase and then sending it off in the middle of the night to where you only have the clothes you're going to wear the next day, I like the option to have my suitcase with me until I get off the ship. So what I like to do, however, is usually the afternoon before disembarkation, I like to pack up my entire suitcase and leave just toiletries and like the clothes I'm going to wear for the next day. That way it's easier on the morning of disembarkation because everything is mostly packed. I just put in those few little things that needed to be packed, and then I'm ready to go. I also like how convenient the self-assist is with time. So you can get off the ship at whatever time you want. Basically, self-assist just means at your time, at your pace. And I really like this. So you could be either the first person off the ship or the last person off the ship. We usually like to wait to be one of the last people off the ship because right when you dock in port, it is very hectic and then everyone's already off and it's just easier that way. Now, on disembarkation day, just remember you don't have to be the first one off the ship. Now, unless you do have an early flight that you need to catch, I think that it is a little smarter to try not to be the first one off. Everyone is trying to get off as soon as they can. And so it can be very hectic very early in the morning. And so I suggest that if you do have the time, then maybe just wait a little bit, let that early crowd get off first, or those luggage tag numbers off first, and then get off. Now, my next tip is pretty self-explanatory, and this is whether you have luggage tags or you're doing the self-assist, is to just pack the night before. It will make your disembarkation morning a lot smoother. That way you're not trying to pack everything as well as get off the ship at the same time. It will just make for a smoother morning all in all. My next tip is a little funny, but if you do have the drink package, then I suggest you get your last coffee. Enjoy that last coffee. The coffee shop is open. Why not? Your drink package still works. Also, stock up on water bottles before you get off the ship. It's so important to stay hydrated, especially if you're going through a travel day. And so, yeah, get your last coffee and stock up on water bottles. Now, this next tip may be a little controversial, but every time that I don't do this, I regret it and I become grumpy. So there will always be a line to get off the ship, mostly for self-assist. And with time goes on, like self-assist is really catching on. Most people do it. And so especially on the mega ships, the line to get off the ship can be insanely long. And what I have found is to just get in line wherever you can. And yeah, I mean, that may be frowned upon. and you might get some dirty looks, but I have found like every time that we actually do follow the rules and go to the very back of the line, I'm so grumpy. I regret it. I see people getting into line. It makes me frustrated. And so we have found that there are people like myself that will be like, that will let you in either in front of them or behind them. Usually, if someone wants to get in line, they're like, hey, can I squeeze in? Sure, go ahead. Like, we're all gonna get off. Like, I'm, it's fine. Like, I don't want to be grumpy, and I usually don't mind it. Most people usually don't mind it at all. Of course, there's gonna be some people that will give you dirty looks and be like, no, I've been waiting here. But for the most part, some people are very friendly and they will let you in. So my suggestion is to just try and get in the line wherever you can. Now, my last tip is pretty self-explanatory as well, and this is to plan for your ride accordingly when you get to port. So a lot of people will take taxis, Ubers, Lyfts, or have someone picking them up at the port. Now, the Ubers and Lyfts can take quite a while to get to you just because it's so chaotic. There's so many different people ordering at the same time. I have two different options for you. My first option is to, while you're walking off the ship during that time, if you can multitask, order your Uber and Lyft then. That way, when you get off the ship, you have a couple minutes and then your Uber or Lyft will be there to pick you up. My next option is one that we do very often because we don't like to be overwhelmed, is we get off the ship completely, get our bearings, and we get to a little spot away from everyone else. Then we order our Lyft and Uber. And yeah, we do have to sit there and wait for quite a while, but at least we caught our breath, we have our luggage, and we're just sit in one place. So yeah, plan your ride accordingly. There are taxis that are always available or shuttles. So make sure that you plan out your transportation before disembarkation day. And that's a wrap, cruising crew. You are now armed and whipped with the slickest disembarkation tips to get you off the ship. Now, if you absolutely loved these tips, please let me know. Leave a comment on your favorite disembarkation tips. I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it at all, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you're always updated with all things cruising and travel. Don't forget to always seize the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.